Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to dive deep into the world of septic, and yes, it's yucky, but somebody's got to do it. If you're in the market for looking up a house and that comes with septic and you have multiple questions regarding that, you're in the right place. We'll go through the different types, the maintenance and everything. Let's get started. When you turn on a kitchen faucet or a bathroom faucet, it goes into the drain. Or flushing a toilet, it all goes into the sewer drain. Now what happens after that? That's right, anything you flush down the toilet or anything you put on your sink through your kitchen garbage disposal, they all have to go down to a septic system. Now there are three kinds of septic systems. Number one, a city septic system, which is you take all your sewer, connect it to a city line, and they take care of the rest. So all you have to worry about is your one pipe going from your house to the city pipe, and that's usually the length of your front yard, and that's it. The city takes care of everything. That happens only within city limits. And of course the third choice is a compost toilet or a outdoor outhouse where the sewage doesn't go anywhere. It just goes into a compost pile and then it just turns into manure. So we're not dealing with that bad of a situation here. So let's focus on septic tanks. If you're somewhat rural, you would end up with something called a septic tank. What that is nothing but a big concrete tank buried underneath here, and all the sewer comes from the house, flows into here, and then the solids go down and the liquids come up, and then the liquids overflow into something called the drain field, which is right about here. So it overflows, all the water gets in through buried pipes that have holes in them and stones around them, so they're like a sponge absorbing all the extra water that are coming out of the sewer here. Take a look at this drain field or a leach field here. It's a bunch of PVC pipes connected together and on top of stones, and soaking this whole area and then drying up, and the solids stay here, and the bacteria that is important in a septic system will eat up the solid and make them almost mushy and completely gone, and that's what a healthy septic system looks like. Today we are not only going to open and see how the septic system is, but also going to pump it out, and I'll show you what the maintenance it requires to maintain a system as well. If you get grossed out by this, it's about time you turn off the video and go back to watching whatever TikTok you are watching. Now, if you have the guts to go further, please give me a thumbs up and let's get started. Time to pump it up. So every house that has a septic opening like this, sometimes smaller, sometimes bigger, sometimes with plastic tanks it's a round lid. Either way, there is a hole, and then from the hole you would have to guess how big the tank is. It is usually about that big. Let's say usually to the back of the septic tank you would normally see a overflow. If you're grossed out, you can turn off the video at this point. A overflow inlet right there, that is the inlet to the drain field, which is basically pipes running along here that are perforated. You really don't need any maintenance if the bacteria keeps eating the solids and keeping it down, but as a good measure, it's a good idea to completely suck all the solids up every 2 years to 3 years. So that's what we are doing, sucking everything out of here to a completely empty tank. This is the once in 2 year maintenance. This is one of the good reasons that you don't flush bacteria killing materials like detergent and stuff into the mix, because that will destroy the bacteria that eats up the solids within here in the septic, and which means solid buildup happens, and then that'll completely clog your septic system. All right, so we got a 4-foot pipe of nearly 100 feet going to the truck here. That is the inlet. So it's open, dumping valve, and that's the inlet valve. Now that's open. It's going to shoot all the way up into the tank. It's about 3,500 gallons. Let's get back. Let's see how good the suction is. So that That truck can hold 3,500 gallon, and this is about 1,200 gallons in the septic. Let's see how fast it goes down. That is like a vacuum cleaner. Pretty good suction here. Shop vac.
So if you can see the backside in that pipe, you can see where the water goes in there, right?
Right.
Climbs up, goes in there, solids stay over here within the tank.
Any difference you see between the concrete tanks versus the new plastic tanks?
Yeah, the plastic tanks suck.
Really? Like in terms of reliability, or do they crack, or what is the
potential for cracking? Because I mean, realize the volume of water that goes in there. You know what I mean? The fluids that go in there, plus the solids when they're in there. So
right?
There's that potential. It's not, you know, it doesn't happen. I haven't heard of any, but there's still a potential. Where the worst thing that can happen in this tank is that pipe could fall off. And then you just get it replaced with a PVC.
Gotcha.
You see the paper?
Yep. There's one paper towel someone flushed out. Good reminder not to use.
Don't belong.
Yep.
Hey, you can have me over for dinner so I can be an official authority.
Yep.
Because they said they will look at you and go, "You're lying." You know, I've heard it time and time.
That's what I'm documenting here.
I've heard it time and time again. Trust me, you're lying. Oh, whoa, shoot! While it's getting pushed up, sit back there.
Yeah, there's a good point he just mentioned about paper towels being in here. If that goes into the drain field, that can be a permanent block, and it can backflow the water all the way, and it's going to cause serious trouble. So don't flush paper towels in there.
You got to dig up the whole yard and then do a repair, and then it's not pretty.
We are down to the very last 6 inches, and that's where the solids are. It does look pretty good, you know, they're all broken up.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not...
Plus they're kind of liquefied, so it's better that way. That way we can manage it.
Right.
We can get it out easier.
So the key is to have good bacteria eating up the solids, so it doesn't look like, you know, it's a bunch of clump solid stuff. It's more broken down, so you can suck it up easy. You know? So you can kind of see this pipe stopping about 2 feet down, where the liquids go in, come up to there, and go to the drain field and filters out the solid. Pretty neat principle, without using any extra other than just gravity.
That's the absolute bottom of the tank right there.
Yep. All the way to the bottom. Looks like there is a slope on the tank too on the bottom, isn't it?
No.
Looks like it's sloping that way?
No, there's no slope there. They try to get the tank as level as possible according to the lot. You know?
Oh, looks like they're all flowing to that corner.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it did shift because the earth moves when you know when it's wet and all that good stuff. But
all right, everything's done. Final inspection. So that's the actual pump that creates the suction to suck all the sewer into the thing. And that is a filter for the main tank, the big tank. So denser solids get in here in the filter, and that can be drained out every day. And then you have lubrication, where you know, the oil with detergent for lubricating the pump sits up there. This is the system that is making sure that the pump suction is happening for all these hoses all the way to pump it up. So basically the vehicle coolant comes in here, heats this up for no freeze valve, and goes back. Same here, coolant comes in, heats up, goes back. using the vehicle coolant, I believe. Awesome truck. And yeah, these are heated valves, I guess, to prevent icing up in the winter, but I don't know why it's running now, but it is heated. Both of them are. Cool. Yeah, the way to tell how much liquid is in there, you can kind of see that's full, so the truck is pretty much full, even if it's on a pitch. All right. Another successful job completed. Tank completely empty. We are good to go for another couple of years. So hope this video was helpful and you learned a thing or two about septic tanks. If you are in the market for buying a house and it comes with septic tank, don't be afraid. This is all you need to do. Call in one of these guys. They'll come once in a couple of years and suck it all out for you. All right, I'll see you in the next video.